Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Economics Online class. This is your fifth chapter, Market Structure and Pricing. So, in the last class, we completed the fourth lesson. Okay. Today, in this video, we have to continue meaning of market, classifications of markets also on the basis of area, time, and competition, and equilibrium condition for a firm. These are the concepts we have to discuss. Every commodity or services that is exchanged has two sides. One is the supply side, another one is demand side. The supply side contains information on the number of sellers, the nature and the quantum of the product produced and brought to the market for sale. This is the supply side. What about the demand side? The demand side contains information on the number of buyers entering the market for buying the product. Hence, the study of market and market structure forms an important features of microeconomics. Okay, what is the meaning of market? In the ordinary sense, we know that the word market refers to a physical place. Okay, that is a place where commodities and services are bought and sold. This is the market. In economics, the term market refers to a system of exchange between the buyers and sellers of a commodity. Okay, this is in economics. Economical meaning of market is market refers to a system of exchange between buyers and the sellers of a commodity. Besides direct exchanges, there are exchanges that are carried out through correspondence, telephones, online, email, etc. These are also market nowadays we are practicing it. A market has following characteristic features. What are the characteristic features? Buyers and sellers of a commodity are a service. Commodity to be bought and sold in the market. And price agreeable to buyer and seller. Both are agree to the price. And direct or indirect exchange. Okay, the market is, which means buying and selling happening direct or in indirect exchange. So the classifications of market depends upon the area, time and commodity and also competition. Market is of the various kinds, as I said, on the basis of area. The market is classified not only on its geographical spread but also on the nature of the goods exchanged. So it depends upon the nature of goods exchanged. It can be getting the name market. Local market. So local market arises when products or services are sold and bought in the place of their production. In such markets, the products exchanged are mostly perishable and semi-durable in nature. For example, vegetable, fruits, these are all available in the local market. Okay, so the area, places, depending upon the area, the market determined whether which is local market or provincial market. See there, provincial market arises when products or services are sold and bought in a restricted circle. So restricted circle only they can selling and bought. For example, provincial newspapers, okay, newspapers like that. These are all provincial markets. The particular place only it can be selling and buying. National market. It arises when products and services are sold and bought throughout a country. That's why it can get the name national market, national wide. For example, nationwide market for tea, coffee, cement, electrical goods, some printed books, etc. These are national markets. And international market. International market, we know that the products and services are sold and bought at the world level. That is called as international market. For example, petrol, gold, diamond, etc. These are all coming under international market. So these are the markets based on the area and based on the time. Alfred Marshall classifies markets on the basis of time. The time here refers to the nature of the factors such as fixed factors and variable factors used in the production process and how the supply of the product meets with varying demand situation in determination of prices of the products. So time also very important to selling and buying the products. See here, very short period market or market period. It occurs when with the available time. The quantum supplied of a product cannot be increased immediately or decreased. Here the supply curve is vertical. It is inelastic. In this market, the demand force is more active than the supply force in the determination of the price. For example, given an inelastic supply for food, an increase in its demand, as for example during a flood situation, raises the prices of food. This is example for very short period, within 1 day. Short period market. This is second one. It occurs when the quantum supplied of a product can be increased to some extent. Here the supply curve is a little more elastic. In this period, some factors continue to be fixed and they work a little more intensively to meet an increased demand. See, so little bit extent only we can do here. This is called short period market. And third one is long period market. It occurs when the quantum supplied of a product can be increased or decreased to a large extent. It may be 1 year or more than 1 year. Here the supply curve is very much elastic so that to meet an increased demand. So this is a long period market. The quantum of the all factors become variable. In the long period, the quantum of all the factors become variable. There are no fixed factors here. Therefore, there is a possibility for larger changes in supply. So, the supplier can change in his wish. The price of a product cannot be as high as in the case of short run. Okay, here we have enough of time. That's why we can change everything. That's why this is depending upon the long period market. Very long period market or a secular period market. It occurs when the entire economy undergoes a drastic change, maybe 2 years, more than 2 years, like newer technologies are introduced and most modern products are produced. Several newer methods of production are adopted in the production process with improvements taking place in technology. For example, the entry of pen drive has driven out the compact disc CD. A CD has replaced the floppies, which once replaced the tape cassettes, tape recorders, everything gone. It's like cameras also. Okay, this is long period, very long period market. Understood? The next one is on the basis of quantity of the commodity. A wholesale market is for bulk selling and buying of a goods. We know that the wholesale markets. So everything coming under there. Clothing, grocery, everything. The price is likely to be low compared to retail market. That's why we are saying wholesale market. Retail market is for selling or buying of commodities in small quantities. From the wholesale market, the retail marketers going to sell in the small quantities. Clothing, vegetables, groceries, everything. On the basis of quantity of the commodity coming under this category. What are they? Wholesale market and retail markets. On the basis of competition, here the market remained under the competition. The one is perfect competitive market, another one is imperfect competitive market, which comprises monopoly market, monopolistic competitive market, duopoly market, oligopoly market. These are all imperfect competitive markets. Okay. So then, firm and industry. Firm and industry. See there, the difference is there between firm and industry. The first one is firm. A firm refers to a single production unit in an industry, producing a large or a small quantum of a commodity or service and selling it at a price in the market. This is firm. What is that? The firm refers to a single production unit in an industry. Its main objective is to earn a profit. There may be other objectives as described by managerial and behavioral theories of firm. So the main aim of the firm is earning profit. What is industry? An industry refers to a group of firms producing the same product or service in an economy. For example, a group of firms producing cement is called a cement industry. So this is industry, okay, a big firm. So group of firm also called industry. These are the firm and industry. 2 mark question or 3 mark question they may ask. Then equilibrium conditions of a firm. Equilibrium of the firm means that the firm reaches the maximum profit. Now there are two approaches for calculating the maximum profits. One is total curve approach and managerial curve approach. See the TC equal to TR. TC means total cost. TR means total revenue. Here the MC equal to MR. It should be continued. Then only we can get the equilibrium of the firm. See the total curve approach diagram given here. Go through the diagram carefully. In the TC and TR approach, profit is obtained by a firm through the difference between the TC and the TR. What are the total cost and total revenue? The difference is the total curve approach. So, difference between the TC and TR is total curve approach. Equilibrium is obtained at the point where maximum difference between the TC and TR occurs. This TC and TR method is not generally adopted in the calculation of maximum profit. Hence, to calculate profit or loss economics, resort to the MC equal to MR approach. The shaded area in the picture given there, the shaded area denotes profit. Profit is maximum when Q is 5. Okay. The simple diagram. The next one is marginal curve approach. Now you can understand about the MC and MR. In this approach, the following two conditions are to be verified to obtain equilibrium of a firm. See there the diagram given here. Under the diagram, MC equal to MR. How do we understand MC equal to MR? Look at the following hypothetical situation. A rational seller will not be in equilibrium at output level. Okay, output level 1, though MC equal to MR at that point. Since continuing production, his profit increases. When he produces an output beyond 1, 1 unit till he reaches 5 units. His MC lesser than MR. It is advantageous for producer to continue his production. MC means marginal cost. So marginal cost must be lesser than the marginal revenue. So the producer can getting the profit. So that they are saying here it is advantageous for the producer where to be continue their production. Again, he will not be in equilibrium beyond 5 units of quantity. When his MC greater than MR, what will be there? Loss will be there, implying that the seller incur loss. Therefore, he is said to be in equilibrium at the point of maximum profit when his MC is equal to MR. So that MC is equal to MR is the first condition for the equilibrium. MC cuts MR curve from below. A firm under perfect competition faces horizontal price line. You know that the diagram I taught. A firm under imperfect competition focuses declining price line. So always focusing declining price line. The MC is U-shaped and it cuts MR at 2 points, both from above and also from below. So it is this is given in the diagram. Only at point B, the equilibrium condition is fulfilled. Thus, for equilibrium under all market situations, the two conditions MC equal to MR and MC cuts MR below. Okay, this is the condition of MC equal to MR. Understood? So today you learned about market structure. What is market? Classifications of market on the basis of area, time, quantity and commodity, competition, equilibrium conditions for a firm and industry, total curve approach, marginal curve approach. Go through the video carefully. Study all the concept. Today's assignment. Yesterday I sent a question paper, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3 lesson yesterday I gave. Today you have to follow 4th lesson to 8th lesson. So 4th lesson to 8th lesson, all the 2 marks and 1 marks you have to read and write test. Send your papers to me. Okay, the test papers are very very important. Keep safely. I will ask in the direct class. Okay.